Alright, it's flannel season. That also means that it's iPhone content galore season. It's just that time of year. No matter if you're curious on whether or not the new iPhone is going to be worth the upgrade or not, or maybe you're just here to make fun of Apple fans, we don't judge. Thank you for clicking on the video. Here's gonna be some things to expect and some things not to expect from next week's Apple event. Hey, Danny with the DMGT here, the smartest place for all your news and reviews on all things music, gaming, and tech. So, Apple finally officially announced its September event on the 14th titled California Streaming. Obviously, this is going to be another streamed and pre-recorded event, but based on the name alone, I think there's going to be a lot more Apple TV Plus content than most of the rumor sites are saying. Now, I'm not saying that anything like a television is coming. The rumor mill would be absolutely insane by now if that was going to be the case, but maybe some additional content, some additional add-ons to the service. I also imagine Apple continues its year offering of Apple TV Plus with any purchase of a new device, and I expect that to continue until they get to a market share that they're more comfortable with. So if you're in the market for a new Apple device and you enjoy consuming TV content, then that's going to be a nice add-on for you. On the Apple Watch side of things, it seems like the general consensus is basically just the updated design, which will more closely match iPhone design, but other than that, it seems like a really boring updates, and unless Apple is hiding some major updates really well, this is going to be a device to skip. And if you're really in the market for a new watch, I would suggest just going with the cheaper Series 6 model instead. Also, maybe updated AirPod designs? I don't know why anyone would need that, especially since the Pro seems to be generally well received, but if you're in the market, then you'll at least have a newer design. As far as anything else not to expect, or be insanely surprised by, is any updates to the MacBook Pro lineup. The 16-inch model is in dire need of an update and a refresh, and I'm really hoping for an update myself, but it doesn't seem like the M1X or M2 chip is ready to go, so I think we're going to be waiting a little bit longer for that one, and to be honest, in my opinion, I think we're waiting until spring of 2022. Okay, finally, on to iPhone 13. I think this is going to be a mostly S-like update. Apple hasn't used the S moniker on iPhone since the 6S, but don't let the jump from 12 to 13 fool you. This is mostly a marginal update to the phones. Don't expect an under-display Touch ID that people have been talking about for years now. And the more surprising part of this is that I don't expect a ton of major camera updates here. It seems like we'll get the sensor shift stabilization from the 12 Pro models across the entire lineup this time, which is going to be great for content creators or photographers on the go that want that additional stabilization in a smaller form factor that isn't a Pro or Pro Max. But aside from marginal changes, that might be it. I also wouldn't expect USB-C either. I know practically every other Apple device is on USB-C now, but it seems like Apple's going to continue with the Lightning port for now. However, some of the bigger updates to expect is that a 120Hz display, a bigger battery to accommodate said display, and a smaller notch. With a bigger battery and improved battery life, you get the potential for some always-on display information similar to the Series 6, where you see information such as time, the dates, and maybe some weather information. And for my money, I don't think 120Hz displays are that necessary on phones. I think it makes more sense to go with 90Hz displays that some other devices are going, particularly when you consider the impact to battery life. But if you're a big media consumer on your phone or you're a mobile gamer, then that 120Hz refresh rate will definitely help, and you're going to notice a big difference with smoother media, smoother text as you're using your device. And with those kinds of improvements to media consumption, you would imagine that Apple expands its storage capabilities to 1 terabyte, but it's Apple, so who knows. As far as the smaller notch, it is a welcome physical change, but it's really nothing to write home about. Until we get better under-display sensors and cameras with minimal cutouts, I don't anticipate the notch going away anytime soon, unless they bring back Touch ID under the display. We're at minimum a year out from that though, so we'll keep an eye on it. Obviously, we don't know exactly what Apple's going to announce, and they're usually pretty good about 1 or 2 surprises at their events. But we will do a review and recap of Tuesday's events, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any videos, and I'll catch you next time.